Hey teacher friend, welcome back to my channel. I'm Molly and I'm a first grade teacher who helps elementary teachers just like you eliminate stress during literacy time so they can spend more time teaching and less time prepping. Today's video is going to be about 5 tips for struggling readers. This video will work for you as a parent at home or as a teacher who's struggling with teaching reading. These are 5 things that can really help engage your lower readers and make them feel a little bit more confident so that they're wanting to read. Something I've noticed in my students this past year, the lower readers are having a hard time with their confidence. First grade has been kind of a kick in the pants to them because kindergarten was such a weird year with the pandemic. They didn't get a lot of reading instruction the way that they normally would have because of going back and forth with virtual learning. No fault of anybody's. It's just, it is what it is. And so we're trying to do a lot of catch up, especially if you're at a Title I school like I am. So my first tip is to use sight word practice that's fun and engaging. If you missed my video from last week, go back and watch that. I listed 3 different sight word activities that your students will love and that mine do on a daily basis and are really engaged with, and it's helped with just the fundamentals of reading. They're just some words that we have to memorize, and not to get to one side or the other about it. So I don't go into what's right or wrong with sight words, just making it fun so that our kids are able to read and write those words by the time they head off to 2nd grade. So making sight word practice fun will definitely help with struggling readers because a lot of times those early decodable books are hard for them because they don't know some of the sight words that they can't sound out. All right, number 2. I'm a really big fan on letting kids choose books regardless of the level. So yes, we want them to have books in their hands that they do know how to read, and that's what reading group is for, so they can have those books that we've already practiced and that they can feel confident. But if there's something that they're interested in the library and it's a little bit higher level text, go ahead and let them get it, because I truly believe that interest trumps ability. I was taught that by my favorite college professor, and he was a big believer in that and taught first grade reading for a long time. And as a teacher myself, I do believe that, because if we can get kids excited about books and picking them out, they're going to want to read, and it's going to motivate them to try and learn how to read in general. So please let them pick a book that they like. All right, number 3, listening for enjoyment. That goes without saying that read aloud is a fantastic part of the day, that the kids get to hear you modeling how a reader reads with inflection and fluency and all the things that we are trying to teach them. They're hearing it. And a lot of times my students want to play teacher and I hear them imitating me, and it's really adorable. But at the same time, it's great for them because they're pretending to read by holding a book and pretending to be the teacher. Same goes for parents. If you're a parent listening to this, imitation is great. If your kids are seeing you read by modeling that at home, they're going to be readers, and readers are leaders, and kids that see their parents doing that become readers for a lifetime. It's really true. Okay, my next tip is letter sounds using the Tucker hand signs. When I first started my first YouTube channel, which is now Molly Wheatley, started out as Literacy Fundamentals, then I rebranded, and now I have this new channel. I made a letter sound with hand signs video, and I'll go ahead and include that link, and you can have a giggle at one of my first YouTube videos, but it is very engaging to teach kids letter sounds with hand signs. And the Tucker hand signs are great because then they're moving while they are saying the sounds. And I have noticed a huge impact on my students during reading and writing time because they do learn how to tap out sounds during fundations, the individual phonemes, but with the Tucker hand signs, they do it as well. So if they were sounding out the word bat, and with Tucker hand signs, they would say ba, ah, t. And just that movement alone really engages them and helps them, and it helps my struggling readers as well. And you do see a big difference in their writing when they implement that. So go ahead and watch that video and you can learn those with your students. I recommend trying out 5 new hand signs during the day, and then you can build your way up to the whole alphabet by the end of the week, and your students will love it. That goes with chanting the chart, by the way. So if you do that every day in your phonics lessons, then it goes perfectly and then it'll keep your kids from getting bored. All right, my last tip is to write fun stories. So in my tutoring business, this is an activity that I do with struggling readers as they get to write a fun story. And I might be the one typing, especially if I'm tutoring online, because obviously if they're struggling with reading, then writing is slower to catch up as well. So if we can have them use their imagination, get creative with writing and write a story while you're typing it out for them and then reading it with them, they absolutely love it. And it encourages them to learn how to read in a way that you would have never guessed. So try that out. And it's something you can do in your classroom. It doesn't have to be a tutoring business thing, but it could be something that maybe if you had a parent volunteer or someone else, they could have that station set up and do some creative writing and reading of their own stories. Okay, I hope these 5 tips will help you with struggling readers. And remember that interest trumps ability. So let kids pick books that they like and enjoy. And even if they're not reading the words and they're just reading what the pictures say, that's still considered reading. If you're looking for a way to transform your literacy block so that you can have independent learners while you're teaching reading groups, I have the perfect solution for you. Grab my free 10-step guide. I'll include the link in the description box below, and you will notice a huge difference on the volume of your classroom while you're trying to teach reading groups and how engaged your students are. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe as well so you can be the first to hear all the great tips I'm giving away this year. Thanks so much for watching.